You were just fired from work. You're devastated. Thinking about, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to eat? Where am I going to work next? So you pull up to your house, come in the door, and there's your dog. All excited, wagging his tail, licking you, and for that split second, everything's a little bit better. Hi, my name is Greg Verbisky, and I'm going to be talking to you about how having a pet can be a positive influence on your life, and also how having a pet can teach your child responsibility, be a building block for young adults thinking about having a baby, and fill the void for empty nest syndrome, and be a companion for middle-aged adults. Pets can teach children responsibility. According to the article, Pets and Children, by the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry, animals, like people, need food, water, and exercise. So, to give you an example of that, my wife had a rabbit, a dog, and a cat growing up. And after school, not only did she have to do her regular chores, but her mom said that she had, one of her responsibilities was to clean the rabbit cage, take the dog for a walk, and change the cat litter. Now that I've talked about the responsibilities that a child will learn from owning a pet, let's move on to my next point about how pets can be a building block for young adults who are thinking about having a child. I think it's great practice for young adults thinking about having a child to first get a pet and kind of learn the responsibilities and learn how to be committed without anyone over their shoulder, their parents watching over them and saying, make sure you feed the dog, make sure you water the dog, make sure that you take them for a walk. A good example I have is my wife and I got married at a pretty young age, and we live all the way down here in Georgia, and our parents live back in Illinois. So we were thinking about having a child, and our parents suggested that we go ahead and get a pet to kind of teach us some of the responsibilities and that commitment to the bigger picture of having a baby. So we got a dog, and even though she's the love of our life, we kind of learned that we're not ready for children at all. I mean, we had to make sure that we were feeding her, make sure that she went to the vet, make sure that we got her groomed, and we just realized how much responsibility it was, and it kind of just made us think once or twice about just starting a family. Now that I've talked to you about having, or what responsibilities you'll learn from owning a pet, also how it can be a building block for young adults, I'd like to move on to how a pet can provide companionship and fills that void for middle-aged adults with empty nest syndrome. Empty nest syndrome, to sum that up for you, is basically, for example, let's say your child leaves the college or goes to military or just flat moves out and gets married. You no longer have that sense of you're nourishing or you're setting the example or just cooking for that person. You're lonely. You're a little bit depressed. So, according to Colleen's internet article, the health benefits of having pets in your family: pets help fight depression and loneliness, promoting an interest in life. Their bonding behavior can foster a sense of security. So a good example of that is when I joined the military. I joined the military at 18 years old. And my mom and dad, they kind of had a rough time with me leaving. It's the first time I've ever left. We moved down here to Georgia, got married, moved down here. And my parents, they had that empty nest syndrome. And I suggested to my mom, why don't you go ahead and get you an inside pet? We've always had outside dogs. Why don't you get an inside pet? And maybe that'll kind of give you something to look forward to when you come home. It'll put a smile on your face. So she did. She went and got her Yorkie, and she loves her. She said that it helped her out a lot. She comes home. She has something to look forward to. She takes her for walks. And she kind of just treats her as her, her own baby. And she said that it doesn't fill the void of me being gone, but sounds like she likes her a little bit more than me. So far we've covered all the reasons that pets have positive influence in our life and why everyone should have a pet. So let me review really quick. Pets can teach children responsibility at an early age. They can also be a building block for young adults who are thinking about having a baby. And they can also fill that void of empty nest syndrome in middle-aged adults. A pet is the only thing in this world that loves you more than you love yourself. So go out there and get you a pet today. Thank you.